And a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College here in Brevard, North Carolina, nestled in the mountains of western North Carolina, and a doubleheader this afternoon. Men's and women's basketball here at the Bosch. Men's will get this doubleheader started with this matchup versus Southern Virginia. And then following this game, approximately 4 p.m. Eastern, the women's basketball team will take on Methodist here in USA South Conference action. First ever meeting between these two schools in men's basketball. The Brevard Tornadoes hosting the Southern Virginia Knights. So stick with us. We're about 18 minutes away from tip-off, and we'll get things going here at the Bosch. Men's basketball action coming up shortly. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium as Brevard College Tornadoes heads back to the locker room for some final instruction from head coach Lee Burgess, along with associate head coach Miles Leathers. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium as we approach tip-off for Brevard College Tornado men's basketball team. The home conference opener for the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes opened their conference season earlier this week at Mary Baldwin. 84-77 loss up in Stoughton, Virginia. So Tornadoes 0-1, looking for their first win in conference play. Southern Virginia also 0-1 in the USA South Conference. Their first matchup in conference play also came on Wednesday afternoon, in fact. 74-73. A defeat to the hands of North Carolina Wesleyan. So both these teams hungry for their first USA South Conference win. And should be a good one here, an interesting matchup. This is one of the taller teams that the Tornadoes will see all season. Check that, 10 players listed as 6'5" or taller on the Knights roster. Now, a couple of those players are scratches for today and not part of today's lineup. However, certainly height a factor, and we'll watch Southern Virginia see if they can work a low post game. Meanwhile, the Tornadoes will be looking to continue some offensive proficiency as of late, especially Quincy Carter. He's had the hot hand these last few games, and Carter second on the team in scoring now behind LB Boyette. Boyette averages 15.6 points per game. Quincy Carter, 14.6. Boyette also the leading rebounder on the team, along with Charles Reed. Reed's been very productive on the defensive end as well. One of the top defender on this roster. Defensive stopper, Charles Reed. Also see some great production out of players like Jaden Carnes and Sly White. Carson Evans, Chancey Watson. Big part of this attack as well, but talking to Coach Burgess before the game, the defensive side is critical for the Tornadoes. And this will be an interesting matchup considering the height and also sort of the style that Southern Virginia brings. And Coach Burgess's pre-game keys to the game: defending the paint off the dribble and off-post passing. We talked about that height advantage for the Knights. Winning the hustle plays, those 50-50 balls, and sharing the ball on the offensive end. So a USA South Conference matchup coming up shortly. It's our first time back here in the Bosch in quite some time. First game since a 96-82 win by the Tornadoes over Oglethorpe back on December the 5th. So a whole month has passed since we had a men's basketball game here at the Bosch, but glad you're able to join us for this one. Knights and Tornadoes. We're about 4 minutes away from starting lineups, national anthem, and then the opening tip between Southern Virginia and the host, Brevard College. Stick with us. USA South Conference men's basketball action coming up shortly.
Charles Reed, Concord, North Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Paris Crawford, Atlanta, Georgia.
Quincy Carter, Decatur, Georgia.
Chancey Watson, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Lauren Boyette, Charlotte, North Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Garrett Sutherland, Atlanta, Georgia.
David Sealy, Deltona, Florida.
Sly White, Raleigh, North Carolina. Go Nados.
Eli Kessinger, Orlando, Florida.
Kevin Horton, Asheville, North Carolina. Go Nados.
Carson Evans, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Joshua Jackson, Louisiana, North Carolina.
Andrew Smith, Warrenton, North Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Jaden Carnes, Concord, North Carolina.
Zane Cottle, Franklinville, North Carolina.
Amaru Grosvenor, Suwanee, Georgia. Go Nados.
Darius Stewart, Charlotte, North Carolina.
RJ Johnson, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ryan Smith, Greenville, South Carolina. Go Nados.
So there's your Brevard College Tornado 2022-23 roster. Some senior leadership, guys like Paris Crawford, David Sealy, Eli Kessinger, Quincy Carter, Chancey Watson, all part of that senior class. And some exciting newcomers this year. We've seen Jaden Carnes really produce at times, the freshman from Concord, North Carolina, Mount Pleasant High School. As we edge even closer here to the start of Brevard and Southern Virginia USA South Conference action. And here's your starting lineup for the Brevard College Tornadoes. Quincy Carter, who has had the hot hand as of late. L.B. Boyette, leading scorer for the Tornadoes. Carson Evans, the junior point guard. Jaden Carnes, we spoke about him, the freshman forward. And Chancey Watson. There's your starters for the Tornadoes. Southern Virginia starting lineup: Koa Baker, Jamarcus Robertson, Sean Kennedy, Abe Connolly, and Dane Ibsen. So we've got you all teed up for Brevard and Southern Virginia, as we'll turn it over now to the public address announcer for the Tornadoes, Ray Gill.
Ladies and gentlemen, speaking this afternoon, starting lineups first, the visiting Knights of Southern Virginia. At guard, the 6'5" freshman from Eagle Mountain, Utah, number 1, Koa Baker. At guard, the 6'5" freshman from Tampa, Florida, number 3, Jamarcus Robertson. At guard, the 6'3" freshman from Cary, North Carolina, number 4, Sean Kennedy. At forward, the 6'7" freshman from Salt Lake City, Utah, number 15, Abe Connolly. And at forward, the 6'5" junior from Carl, Idaho, number 21, Southern Virginia's coach by Adam Waterford. And now, the starting lineup for your Brevard College Tornadoes. At guard, the 6'1" senior from Decatur, Georgia, number 4, Quincy Carter. At guard, the 6'4" junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 5, L.B. Boyette. At guard, the 5'10" junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 10, Carson Evans. At forward, the 6'4" freshman from Concord, North Carolina, number 12, Jaden Carnes. And at guard, the 6'1" senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 32, Chancey Watson. Your Tornadoes are coached by Mr. Lee Burgess and assisted by Mr. Watson.
So there you have it, the starting lineups for both teams, the Southern Virginia Knights and the Brevard College Tornadoes. USA South Conference action. Both these teams hungry for their first conference win. The Knights in the red jerseys with the red shorts, white numerals, some gray outlines, sort of an off-red, maybe burgundy, and Tornadoes in their home white uniforms with the blue numerals. And off the opening tip, actually looked like it went off a Knight head there. A soccer move there to start the game, but didn't end up fortuitous for the Knights as Tornadoes end up with the first possession of this game. And then off the hands there of Chancey Watson. So an early turnover by the Tornadoes. Watson, Carnes, Evans, Boyette, and Carter for the Tornadoes. Baker, Robertson, Kennedy, Connolly, and Ibsen for the Knights. And Kennedy taking it to the hoop there. And then a second chance opportunity and draining the three-pointer, Abe Connolly. That's the freshman from Salt Lake City, Utah. Getting the Knights on the board first. Now a 50-50 ball, a fight for possession, and the possession arrow is going to go to the Knights as L.B. Boyette and Baker were battling there for that loose ball. So Knights with another possession here. Dribble into the paint and then finding the open man there is Connolly, and Connolly drains a three. So Connolly back-to-back three-pointers to give the Knights a 6-0 lead. And Kennedy with that dribble drive and then dish. Boyette from downtown off the front iron, and rebound there by Robertson. Robertson up ahead, so some tempo here from the Knights. And then a finish there and one. Malachi Olson will earn a trip to the free throw line. 8-0 Knights, just a flurry of scoring here early on from Southern Virginia. And Olson with the three-pointer the old-fashioned way. The foul, by the way, was on Quincy Carter. So 9-0 advantage here for the Knights early on. Carter. Carnes. Here's Evans. Bounce pass to Carter. Carter in the low post finds an open Boyette. Boyette, corner three from Watson, no good. Offensive rebound and finish there. Quincy Carter, second chance opportunity. Tornadoes are on the board, 9-2. So Southern Virginia pull-up jumper there is true. As draining that shot was Olson. So Olson has scored the last five after Connolly scored the first six for the Knights. An 11-2 advantage. Knights are 4 of 5 from the field. And off to a 11-2 start. Three-pointer here is good. Jamarcus Robertson, so 3 for 3 from the land of three. The Knights, 14-2. Tornadoes looking to answer here. Boyette, dribble drive, no good, no whistle. Meanwhile, rebound back the other way. Here comes Robertson pushing the tempo. Olson. Crossover dribble there from Kennedy, and basket good, and a timeout there from head coach Lee Burgess and the Tornadoes bench. It's a 30-second timeout, a 16-2 advantage, a blitzkrieg by Southern Virginia. 6 of 7 from the field, the Knights. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. And they also made a three-point play, an and one opportunity there that they converted on. And all adds up to a 16-2 advantage. Tornadoes struggling offensively, 1 of 5 from the field, 2 turnovers thus far. So timeout here to regroup from the Tornadoes' perspective. Starters remain there on the court. Brian Tapia has checked in for the Knights. He's the guard from Newport, Oregon. Watson. An up and under attempt there, trying to get past Connolly. Meanwhile, here come the Knights the other way. 16-2, Knights on top. Dribble on the baseline, then a corner three here, no good off the back iron. That was from Connolly. Boyette. Watson. Back to Boyette. Here's Carnes. And see what the call is here, and it's going to be Knights basketball. KK Horton has checked in. Horton into the contest. He relieves Evans. Three-pointer here from Kennedy, no good. Fight for the rebound. Bodies flying towards those bleachers. Meanwhile, our first media timeout of the contest. Your score, 15:52 left to play here in the first half. Southern Virginia 16, Brevard 2. Back here at the Boshamer Gymnasium, Southern Virginia with an early 16-2 lead. 6 of 9 from the field. They've hit 3 three-pointers. Tornadoes have an early hole to dig out of. Coming out of the media timeout here, Horton running the offense. And side out, so Tornadoes had inbounded from their own baseline, but indeed it should have been a side out situation, so reset things here. Horton, Carter, Carnes. Here's LB Boyette. Boyette backing up two Knights defenders, and now a fight for the basketball. Bodies hitting the floor. About 5 bodies all in that one area. And another tie-up, so the possession arrow this time for the Tornadoes. Stolen away there by Baker. Baker up ahead. Fast break opportunity for the Knights. Rebounded there momentarily by Olsen. Now scramble for the loose ball. And Olsen's who comes up with it. He finds the open Knight. That's Baker with the finish. 18-2 Knights. 15:05 to play here. A 16-2. Check that 18-2 advantage. A 16-point deficit that the Tornadoes need to make up. And that'll help the cause. Quincy Carter from downtown. And back here, Knights with another offensive possession. Dribble drive there, continuing to wreak some havoc there on the offensive ends. Kennedy, and then an open lane there, and Baker able to make the layup from the left side. It's 20-5. Carter hit a 3 the last offensive possession. See what the Tornadoes can do here. Horton, Watson, Carnes. Carnes hands it off to Boyette. Boyette from downtown, it's good. So back-to-back threes from Carter and Boyette, the two leading scorers for the Tornadoes. Also the leading three-point shooters for the Nados. Splitting a couple defenders there was Olsen. Now coming up with it's Kennedy. Kennedy finds open Connolly. It's no good. Horton comes up with it. He's pushing the tempo. And Horton's going to pick up a foul. And believe it or not, at the 13:47 mark of the first half, that's the first team foul on the Knights. In fact, we haven't seen many fouls altogether. Just one on the Tornadoes. A couple subs coming in for the NATOs. Charles Reed and also Sly White entering the contest. Tyler Karshner on the court now for the Knights. Boyette. Horton. Boyette from downtown. No good. And rebound by Sly White. Now Boyette taking on multiple defenders and rebounded there by Karshner. And a whistle there as once again the Knights guards, whether it's Baker or Kennedy, really dictating a lot of the action here with these dribble drives towards the hoop into the paint, and a difficult assignment here for the Tornadoes. Southern Virginia, by the way, the second-ranked team in the USA South Conference by the preseason coaches poll. So this is a team with some pretty high expectations. They are 0-1 in the conference with the one loss to NC Wesleyan early in this conference schedule, of course. Meanwhile, here's Baker. Baker, that's taken away. Nice job there defensively, Boyette. Also, Garrett Sutherland, who's entered the contest. Dribble drive to the hoop, and the finish there by Horton. And the Tornadoes faithful pleased with that outcome. And back the other direction, here comes Southern Virginia. Lead is now 10, 20-10. Southern Virginia currently doubling up the Tornadoes. A hot start for the Knights, but they've cooled off a bit. And meanwhile, Boyette with the rebound, and he pushes it forward. Horton, Boyette thought about a three momentarily, now finds Reed. Reed guarded by Baker. Horton. Sly White from downtown. It's no good. And it'll be Knights basketball. 12:21 to play here. Knights have certainly cooled off. They started 6 of 7 from the field. They've made just 2 of their last 9 field goal attempts. Horton on defense against Robertson. Here's Robertson again. That matchup with Horton. These two have been going at it. Pass down to the low post. Here's Baker. And a bailout there as a foul with 4 seconds on the shot clock. And we'll have another media timeout here. 11:54 to play here in the first half. USA South Conference action. Southern Virginia 20, Brevard 10. Coming out of the media timeout, 11:54 to play here, first half. Glad you're able to join us as we ring in the new year here at the Bosch. Good to see many of the students making their way back here to the campus of Brevard College in the beautiful mountains of western North Carolina. Meanwhile, a offensive foul there, or actually Might have been a traveling violation. So meanwhile, back here, Tornadoes seeing if they can cut this deficit back into single digits, make this a little more manageable, down 20-10. Looked better the last few minutes than how this game started. Here's White. Reed. Boyette. Boyette finds Paris Crawford, who's been entered into the contest, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Paris Crawford. Nice job there by Kennedy getting into defensive position. Meanwhile, back the other way, here come the Knights. Kennedy finds an open Knight, Olsen. And White just simply steals that away from Olsen. Just a matter of upper body strength there. And now Horton, crossover dribble and the finish. Horton with the delivery. Very nicely done there. 10:55 to play here. Half number one. Now an 8-point deficit. And a block shot there by Crawford. Crawford able to come up with that rejection, but second chance opportunity from Alex Weiland, sophomore from Ponder, Texas. First time we've mentioned his name. 22-12, back to a 10-point advantage. Sutherland, Sly White. Here's Horton. 15 on the shot clock. White. Horton. Charles Reed with the take, in and out. Meanwhile, back the other way, here come the Knights. Dane Ibsen with that rebound. Stolen away there by Sly White. Nicely done. Sly White pushing the tempo. 360, no good, but Reed with the follow. And the Tornadoes, just like that, able to cut the deficit again to 8 points. Nicely done there. Defense becoming offense with the fast break opportunity. Meanwhile, a foul there is going to be on Paris Crawford. That's going to be 3 free throws. Already Crawford's second, team foul number 5. Just one team foul on the Knights. And this is going to be 3 free throws for Ibsen. Ibsen misses the first of the 3 attempts. He's yet to get in the scoring column. Southern Virginia has used 6 different scorers, led by Abe Connolly with 6 points. With on those 2 made 3-pointers, Quincy Carter leading the Tornadoes in scoring with 5. 23-14, 9-point advantage, so just one of the 3 free throw attempts made there. 9:37 to play here. Half number 1. Horton splits 2 defenders, and then a rejection there by Ibsen. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy finds the open Knight, and that's Ibsen, and Ibsen makes the Tornadoes pay from 3, and just like that, back to a 12-point advantage. Carnes. Carnes once again hands it off to Reed. Reed using Boyette. 13 on the shot clock. Boyette dribbles to his right, pull up 3, no good. And rebounded there by Karchner. Rebound number 2 for Karchner. 26-14, 8:42 to play. Jump stop there and a finish by Kennedy. Kennedy just 2 of 6 from the field. 4 points, but he has made a lot happen. 2 assists as well. 8:15 to play. Horton pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounded there by Connolly. 8:10 to play here, period number 1, a 14-point advantage. And Carnes is going to be called for the foul there. It's going to be another free throw opportunity for the Knights. So this will be free throws number 5 and 6 for the Knights. Tornadoes yet to attempt a free throw. Free throw there by Kennedy is good. He now has 5 points. Quincy Carter checks back in for the Tornadoes. And also Koa Baker back into the contest. Baker 4 points in these early goings. Free throw here is good. 30-14, so after the Tornadoes had cut the deficit to 8 points, a 8-0 run by the Knights currently. Tornadoes want to put a stop to that. Carter. Reed. Here's Carnes. Quincy Carter dribbles to his left. Boyette under 10 on the shot clock. And then a foul there on Southern Virginia. Immediate timeout at the same time, so it'll be Tornado ball coming out of the timeout. 7:43 to play here, period number 1, 30-14. (30-14). Southern Virginia has not trailed in this game. Tornadoes ball underneath coming out of the media timeout after that foul by the Knights. Just their second as a team this half. Reed. Here's Horton. He's going to set up the Tornado offense. Carter. Horton. And a foul there. The Knights can't believe it. Kennedy and Weiland were just baffled that that was a foul on the Knights, but indeed the case. So another side out here for the Tornadoes. Certainly fouls to give for the Knights for all practical purposes. Just the third team foul. Boyette. Carnes hands it off to Reed. 7 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. Carter lets it fly with 2 on the shot clock, and Knights will come back the other way. Right in an 8-0 scoring run. Stolen there by Reed. Reed up ahead, getting in that passing lane. Now plays it forward to Boyette, and a rejection there by Connolly. Then another opportunity there for the Tornadoes after the steal. Several tips. Carnes, Boyette, Carter. All sorts of tips. And ultimately, Brevard with the basketball. 19 on the shot clock, 6:48 on the game clock. Horton. Here's Boyette. Chancey Watson. 10 on the shot clock. Horton was trying to find Carnes, and they weren't able to deliver on that connection. 6:30 to play here. Half number 1. It's been all Knights thus far, and the finish there, it's now a 10-0 scoring run for the Knights, 32-14. Boyette. Nice pass underneath to find Watson. Watson plays it back to Boyette. Boyette steps back, makes it a corner 3 opportunity, but it's no good. Rebounded there by Baker. Baker some nifty dribbling behind the back. Here's Robertson. Robertson then slows things down for the Knight attack. And now, great cut there and look from Baker as he found Weiland, but Weiland unable to convert on the layup. Meanwhile, here's Horton. 15 on the shot clock. Watson in the low block. Watson able to clear out some space, but it's going to be an offensive foul on Chancey Watson. Team foul number 7, first against Watson. Horton goes to the bench. Checking back in is Carson Evans. So the 5 on the floor for the Tornadoes. Carnes, Evans, Watson, Carter, and Boyette. Actually, also the starting lineup for the Tornadoes currently back on the court. 5:15 to play here, half number 1. Robertson with Evans guarding him. And it's going to be a foul there, an offensive foul there on Olsen away from the ball. Actually, Olsen, that was him backing down the Tornado defender. Under 5 minutes to play here. Tornadoes have been stuck at the 14-point mark for quite some time. Evans from 3, it's no good. Offensive rebound, another opportunity there for the Tornadoes, but unable to get anything going there. Meanwhile, back the other way, here come the Knights. Tornadoes in a bit of a drought here. Over 5 minutes without a bucket. Three-pointer here is good. A 13-0 scoring blast by the Knights has stretched out this lead to the largest of the contest. Evans dribbling to his left, pulls back, finds Carter, and Carter misses from downtown. Under 4 minutes to play. 35-14 your score. Well, crossover dribble there by Robertson. Robertson is going to earn a trip to the free throw line. And we'll have free throws after we come back from this media timeout. Your score 35-14, Southern Virginia on top. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, free throws coming here. Jamarcus Robertson at the line. So Robertson misses both free throw attempts. Here come the Tornadoes the other way. Trying to end a big-time scoring run here from Southern Virginia. Three-pointer here is good. So that finally stops the bleeding. Garrett Sutherland from downtown. Sutherland, the sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, Mount Pisgah Christian School. Sutherland on the defensive end, nice job making things difficult there for Robertson. Checking back in is Kennedy for the Knights. 3:09 to play. Boyette from downtown. It's good. L.B. Boyette. Good. Check that. It was Watson with the three. We call it Boyette. So our mistake there. Meanwhile, three-pointer. Good, and 38-20, your score, 2:34, timeout on the court. Back here at the Boschberg Gymnasium, L.B. Boyette. Here's Sutherland from downtown. It's good. So Garrett Sutherland, a couple made three-pointers. Watson with a three-pointer as well, and the Tornadoes now trailing by 15. Nice play call there coming out of that timeout. Three-pointer here is good. Stolen away here by the Knights. Pushing the action there was Kennedy. Knights leading 38-23. Foul there on David Seeley, who's been inserted into the contest. Senior for the Tornadoes out of Deltona, Florida. Rebound there from Sutherland off the missed free throw. Sutherland, the made three-pointer last time down the floor. Hot hand at the moment. Watson from downtown. It's good. So between Watson and Sutherland, the three ball has been kind for the Tornadoes as those two, these last couple minutes, have been able to each drill a pair of three-pointers. Three-pointer here, no good. Rebounded by Watson. Watson up ahead to Evans. Check that, Seeley now in the game at point. Here's Watson. Dribble to his left. That's a long two. It's no good. Sutherland tries to keep it alive using all his will to bang that off a Knight player. But to no avail. It'll be Knights basketball. Just 1 minute left to play here. Half number one. And a finish there by Kennedy. Kennedy has been effective, as has been Baker. Connolly, the leading scorer for the Knights, with 9. Kennedy has 8. Baker with 6. Also, Tapia with 6. Boyette from downtown. It's no good. Rebounded here by Baker. That's his 4th rebound. Could be the final possession of the game. Shot clock is off. Check that of the half. 43-26. Now down to 6 seconds. Nearing the end of this first half. And not going to get that off in time. No basket. The basket does not count, but Southern Virginia has done some damage here. They led coast to coast here in this first half. Couple big scoring runs, one to start the game and then one about 2/3 of the way through that first half. And Southern Virginia shooting 57% from the field. They've made 7 3-pointers. Tornadoes have made 6 3-pointers. That's been kind of the saving grace. 10 of 32, 31% from the field. Tornadoes yet to attempt a free throw. So unable to get to the line. And meanwhile, the Knights 4 of 9 from the line. Turnovers, BC 9 and the Knights 6. So stick with us. We'll bring us second half action in just a little bit. And reminder, the women's team will be playing as well following this matchup. Women's basketball versus Methodist, part of a men's-women's doubleheader here at the Bosch. Your score at the half, 43-26, Southern Virginia on top.
It's important to study English because language
history is
Back here at the Boshemer Gymnasium. Tornadoes down 43-26, trying to get back into this ball game coming out of the intermission. Boyette getting things started on a positive note for the Tornadoes, 43-29. And a finish there by Olson. Now with 7 points. Connolly, the leading scorer for Southern Virginia, with 9 through that first half. They really spread around the scoring quite a bit. 8 different Knights in the scoring column. Nice cut there from Watson. Nice find from Carnes, but Watson unable to finish off that play. Meanwhile, the Knights come back the other way. 18:48 to play here, half number 2. Kennedy, three-pointer there, no good. Evans back the other way. Evans up ahead to Boyette. Boyette, Evans. Here's Watson. And brought down there by the Knights as Robertson collects that for his third rebound. 18:20 to play here, half number 2. Three-pointer there is good. Robertson with the 3. And the 3 ball has been fruitful for the Knights. That's their 8th delivery from the land of 3. Here's Evans. Carter from downtown. It's no good. Rebounded there by Connolly, his 4th. Three-pointer off the mark there from Kennedy. Then a whistle after the Tornado rebound. Foul there on the Knights. Tornadoes committed 9 fouls in the first half. Knights committed 4. And Knights got to the free throw line 9 times. The Tornadoes are still yet to take a free throw attempt in this game. Watson dribbles to his left, uses Evans. Evans. Three-pointer, no good. And it'll be Knights basketball underneath after Carnes was unable to secure the rebound. 17-10 to play here, half number 2. Women's action to follow. Tornadoes will host Methodist. As Kennedy brings it up the court for the Knights. Nifty move there by Olson, and then Olson just powers his way underneath there for the finish and one. And opportunity at the free throw line. Foul's going to be on Boyette. And free throw here coming from Olson. Currently with 9 points. He had one of these opportunities that he converted on in the first half as well. Free throw up and good. So Olson now leading all scorers with 10 points. Boyette, Sutherland, and Watson each have 6 points for the Tornadoes to lead BC. Evans, Carnes, Carter. Here's Evans. Evans against the larger Olson, and Evans able to draw the foul. Nice job there by Carson Evans on the low post, and At the 16:27 mark of the first half, our first free throw attempt for the Tornadoes. So over 23 minutes without a free throw attempt until that attempt by Evans, and he rattles it home. 51-30 now the score. Carson Evans, the junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, Butler High School, makes one of the two free throws. 51-30 your score. Nice job defensively getting their hands up there. Carnes able to knock that out of bounds. So Knight's ball in the corner here underneath. Extra pass there. Now a traveling violation on Baker. Turnover number 7 for the Knights. Brevard with 9 turnovers. Shooting's really been the story, though. Southern Virginia shooting 56%, Tornadoes shooting just 30%. And the 21-point lead for the Knights. Here's Boyette. Boyette turnaround jumper along the baseline, no good. Rebounded there by Connolly, his 5th. Connolly and Baker lead the Knights each with 5 rebounds. Nice pass there from Tapia to Baker. Baker now with 8 points, 53-30 your score. Watson from downtown, it's good. Chancey Watson now with 9 points. Watson has made 3 3-pointers, 3 of 4 from the land of 3, and rattling that home, Kennedy, he's now in double figures with 10. Carter. Carter dribbles to his left, backs down. Now finds Boyette. Boyette able to find an opening there and then takes it to the hoop. Very opportunistic offensive creativity there from Boyette. Love to see LB get going. He now has 8 points. 3-pointer there is good. So a big-time answer from Tapia, who now has 9 points. 14-15 to play here, period number 2. Boyette. Evans. That's a long 2. So Carson Evans able to drop in that long 2, so showing some range there. His first field goal. Did have a made free throw earlier as well. Couple rebounds, couple assists for Evans. Now, meanwhile, Evans controlling the action from the point, regrouping the Tornado offense. Evans dribbles to his left. Here's Carter. Carnes from downtown, no good. Rebounded by the Knights. That was Kennedy, his 4th rebound. Kennedy, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 10 points. Olsen. Body's hitting the floor, and then Olsen, smart move there, calling the timeout. So nicely done there by Olsen. And we'll have a timeout on the court. It'll become a media timeout, so we'll take it with them. 58-37, your score, 13:20 to play here, second half.
Graduate of the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is equipped with the core skills to be successful in any field. So what can students do after they graduate? Anything they want.
I think that Brevard College's Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is better than other programs because of the quality of the teachers.
Students come to us with a question and they leave not with an answer, but with more curiosity about what else is out there. And I think that's what's most important. for a college experience is not to graduate with all the answers, but to graduate with a curiosity and a desire to seek better answers.
So Tornadoes coming out of the media timeout. A lot of work to do to try to get back into this ball game. 58-37 the score. 13:20 to play here, half number 2. Women's basketball to follow. Tornadoes hosting Methodist in a key USA South Conference early league schedule matchup. Three-pointer there, no good from Ibsen, and it'll be Tornadoes ball. And getting clarification here. Yep, another timeout from the scores table, so we'll take it with them and get a look here at the Brevard College cheerleading squad. Appreciate all their great work, keeping the Boshemer Gymnasium in high spirits. And appreciate you tuning in to this edition of Brevard College Tornado Athletics, Brevard College men's basketball action versus Southern Virginia. Hey, we're just weeks away from the start of the spring sports here at Brevard College. Check out bctornadoes.com. All the schedules have been released for the spring sports. Baseball, softball, men's lacrosse, women's lacrosse, men's and women's tennis, track and field. A lot happening here at Brevard College as we head into conference play for men's and women's basketball, and then before you know it, we'll be at facilities such as Gilcone Field, the BC softball field, McCoy Tennis Complex, Islamel Family Field for lacrosse action. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell here on this YouTube channel to receive all the notifications when the Tornadoes go live, including Tornado Talk on Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we talk all things Brevard College Tornadoes with Brevard coaches and student athletes. That's held every Monday night. Unless we've got a game, we've got a couple of Monday night basketball games that's going to obviously we'll be at the Bosch bringing you that action, but if there's no action taking place, and assuming it's not a holiday, we'll be bringing you Tornado Talk as well. Meanwhile, here's Carter. Free throw there, no good. Rebounded by Karshner. Under 13 minutes to play now. Both these teams started league play 0-1. Southern Virginia lost by 1 point to NC Wesleyan. And offensive foul there on the night, so Tornadoes ball back the other way. Brevard had the start of its conference play at Mary Baldwin, falling 84-77. Tornadoes did play a couple games over the winter break. A 75-70 win at Oglethorpe to sweep the series versus Oglethorpe. They also won 96-82 over Oglethorpe here at the Bosch. And then also played a neutral site game versus Swanee as a finish there by Ibsen. Lost to Swanee 85-68 in neutral site action in Atlanta. Under 12 minutes to play here. It's been all Southern Virginia. Up by 21, make it 23. After Karshner gets his first points of the ball game. Sutherland. Here's Horton. Boyette from downtown. It's no good. Tornadoes have had a tough time shooting this evening. Now 8 of 25 from the land of 3. Shooting 34% overall. Southern Virginia, 60% from the field, 53% on 9 of 17 three-pointers. There's your difference-making stats of this ball game, and another finish there. So now a 25-point lead, 64-39. First ever meeting between these two schools in men's basketball. Southern Virginia in their second year as members of the USA South Conference. The newly aligned conference matches up these teams this year for the first time. 10:45 to play here, period number 2. Going back to work here is Robertson. Boyette switches defensively on Robertson. Now Reed does a nice job swatting that ball out of bounds as he was switched over to Karshner. Meanwhile, we've got a timeout here on the court. 10:36 to play, 64-39, Southern Virginia. Three-pointer there is good, so out of the timeout, Brian Tapia drilling the three-pointer. Tapia, the sophomore from Newport, Oregon, Newport High School, and he's able to get into double figures. Now actually leads all scorers with 12. Horton misses the pull-up jumper. And it'll be tornado ball underneath. Things haven't gone the way Tornadoes would have hoped for. Down 67-39 here. 10-10 to play here, half number 1. Three-pointer there from Paris Crawford off the mark, and it'll be another rebound kind of contested by both teams, but ultimately the Knights with possession. 9:55 to play here. Half number 2. And a whistle there underneath, and Sly White looks like he's going to get caught with his hand in the cookie jar. So foul there on the Tornadoes. That trend we saw in the first half as far as a foul discrepancy sort of has flipped a little bit here in the second half. Tapia from downtown, that's from NBA range. Rebounded there by White. Here's Reed. Horton, some nifty dribbling there, taking on several Knight defenders, and then the finish there. Some great individual effort there by Horton. Mass substitutions here for the Knights. 67-41 your score. It's been all Southern Virginia, led from the opening bucket of this game. Started off with a big scoring run, had another big run to separate matters, double-digit scoring run in the first half, late in that period, and continue to hold on to the lead here, up by 26. Sutherland. Reed dribbles to his left, and it'll be an offensive foul on Charles Reed. So, once again, Tornadoes will come up empty on a possession. Under 9 minutes to play here, half number 2. Fight for the basketball there between Olsen and Sutherland. Olsen, one of the top performers on the Knights. And he finishes there, shows sort of that prowess in the paint. 32 points in the paint for the Knights. Paris Crawford missing there, fighting for his own rebound. White comes up with it. Nice hustle there, loose ball, but stolen away there. Able to get in the passing lane was Baker. And then Olsen tries to finish it off. Rebounded by Baker. Baker's knocked down. He'll go to the free throw line. 8:12 to play here. Well, women's action coming up shortly. Stick with us here on this YouTube channel. It'll be on a different feed, but right here on this channel. And once again, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that little bell. That way you'll receive all the notifications when the Tornadoes go live. Also, follow the Tornadoes on social media at BC Tornadoes at both Twitter and Instagram. And you can like and follow the Tornadoes on Facebook as well, Brevard College Tornado Athletics. BCTornadoes.com, your hub, official website for all things Tornado Athletics. As we see members of the women's basketball team start to enter the building now in uniform. And they'll take to the court immediately following this one to start warm-ups before that Methodist matchup. Meanwhile, foul there. Foul was on Baker, I believe. Meanwhile, Reed to the line. First free throw up and good. Charles Reed. Junior from Concord, North Carolina. Able to sink both free throws. Reed taking away the basketball there. Great job by Reed defensively. Things that he brings to the table, then able to find Horton. So then the assist from Reed. So Reed getting it done in all sorts of ways that last stretch. 7:40 to play here, half number 2. And a finish there by Baker. Baker, the freshman out of Eagle Mountain, Utah, Westlake High School. And we've got a timeout on the court with 7:36 to play here in the second period, 71-45, Southern Virginia. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, 74-45 now your score. Reed, Crawford. Here's Sly White. Sly White, the junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. Trinity Academy of Raleigh. He's done some good things as of late, as has Horton. KK Horton, sophomore guard from Asheville, just up the street. Asheville Christian Academy. Just over 7 minutes to play here. Whistle there, and it's going to be a trip to the free throw line for Baker. Students making their way back here to Brevard College. Classes resuming on Monday. Tornado men's and women's basketball teams spent much of the holidays after a break for both teams to either go home or spend time with friends, families, loved ones. Some valuable time over the break for the teams to get plenty of practice in also. Sort of like a mini training camp of sort when you've got the whole campus to yourself. School's not in session. Students on break. Men's and women's basketball team working hard throughout. Southern Virginia picked second in the USA South Conference preseason coaches poll. Entering today 7-5 overall. And a statement so far this afternoon here on the road. Serving notice of sorts to the rest of the USA South Conference that this is a contender in league play for sure. Stolen there by the Tornadoes. Crawford up ahead to Horton, and Horton will take a foul there and head to the free throw line. Well, Tornadoes men's team will be back in action here at the Bosch on Tuesday. As USA South Conference play continues, Tuesday 7 p.m. tip-off right here at the Bosch. If you're not able to make it in person, we'll have it right here on this YouTube channel. As the Tornadoes will host Pfeiffer. Second free throw for Horton up and good. After today, when the women play Methodist, another opportunity for you to catch women's basketball this weekend here at the Bosch. Games both Friday and Saturday. Southern Virginia looking to slow it down a little bit, maybe use clock as their ally with this healthy lead for the Knights. Baker dribbling to his left. Crawford there defensively. Nice job really getting up high for that rebound with Sly White. And here comes Crawford the other way. Three-pointer there by KK Horton. Nicely done there. (76-51). It's been all Knights. Foul there on Horton. And at the free throw line Sean Kennedy. Kennedy, by the way, a native of North Carolina. Him along with Seth Clifton, the two North Carolina natives on this Southern Virginia roster. Kennedy out of Cary, North Carolina in the Raleigh-Durham area. Clifton from Raleigh. Majority of the Knights roster from outside of the southeastern part of the United States. States like Utah, Oregon, New Mexico, Idaho. Three-pointer there, no good. And second chance opportunity here for the Knights. Launching a three there was Ibsen, and it's good. And the Knights bench celebrates. 4:15 to play here. Now under 4 minutes to play. 30-point lead for the Knights. Stolen away there by Garrett Sutherland. Sutherland up ahead, a bit of a home run ball. Playing it forward to Horton. Launching a three there was David Seeley. Couple of Tornado subs getting set to check in. Andrew Smith at the scorer's table. Also Ralph Johnson, and we'll get a look at those two Tornadoes, both freshmen, when we come back from this media timeout. Your score 81-51, 3:13 to play here at the Bosch. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. KK Horton, by the way, 6 of 11 shooting, has made a three-pointer, 14 points. That's his career high in a Brevard College Tornado uniform. Horton leading the Tornadoes with 14. Free throw there by Kennedy. That's his 13th point of the ball game. Baker's the leading scorer for Southern Virginia with 15. Also in double figures for the Knights, Tapia with 12 and Olsen with 12. Boyette has 10 for the Tornadoes to go along with Horton's 14. Also Watson with 9. Garrett Sutherland with 6. Quincy Carter with 5. Charles Reed with 4 points. Carson Evans with 3. Baker, the leading rebounder in this game, with 6. So we mentioned the two freshmen. They're both on the court now. Ralph Johnson, freshman out of Charlotte Independence High School. He wears number 25. And also in the contest right there on the defensive side, manning up the ball, the freshman from Warrenton, North Carolina, Andrew Smith. 2:25 to play. Second chance opportunity there, delivered by the Knights. 85-51 now the spread. And a bucket there by Sly White, junior out of Raleigh. Three-pointer is no good. And offensive rebound there for the Knights. That's Burge. And down low and finding Jake Wilson, the sophomore from Ryrie, Idaho, with the finish. 87-53 the score. Zane Caudle checking in, so another freshman for the NATOs. And also Darius Stewart into the contest. So seeing a lot of fresh faces here for the Tornadoes now in these final minutes. For Smith, it's his fourth appearance. For Johnson, his third. For Stewart, his third. And for Caudle, his fourth. So some valuable playing time at the dawn of these freshmen's college basketball career. And free throws attempt here for certainly a veteran on this team, the senior David Seeley. Deltona, Florida, Deltona High School. Rebounded there by Sam Jex. He's a guard, sophomore out of Layton, Utah. And he's manned up here by Zane Caudle. Caudle, freshman out of Franklinville, North Carolina. Stolen away there by Johnson. Johnson. Euro step and the finish. Ralph Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. R.J. Johnson with his first career points as a collegiate player. Johnson, congratulations. Meanwhile, block shot there, getting up high was Clifton. And then some action on the other side of the court. So we're seeing the reserves kind of both these squads really bring some rejuvenated energy to what has been at times, sort of a monotonous second half where the Knights sitting on a huge lead, but block there, nicely done by Smith of the Tornadoes. And here's Johnson once again. Jumper there, no good. As Zane Caudle was trying to make something happen. Shot clock off, so this is just about do it here for this men's basketball contest at the Bosch. As Southern Virginia is going to earn their first win in USA South Conference play, they'll improve to 1-1 in the conference. The Tornadoes will fall to 0-2 in conference play, 4-9 overall. So next up for the Tornadoes, they'll try to regroup and get after Pfeiffer on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. here at the Bosch. Women's basketball coming up shortly. So we'll be bringing you that action. So stick with this YouTube channel. We'll be bringing you that action, 30 minutes on the warm-up clock. So once both teams are off and beginning their warm-ups, that clock will start to tick down, and we'll bring you the action, the Tornadoes women's team versus Methodist. But a tough one here for the NATOs on the men's side. Our apologies for the score graphic. Your final score, 87-55. Tornadoes shot just 32%, 56% for Southern Virginia. Southern Virginia hit 11 three-pointers. Brevard hit 9. 14 of 19 from the free throw line for Southern Virginia. 4 of 10 for the Tornadoes. Points in the paint, 38 points in the paint for Southern Virginia. Individually, Baker with 15, Kennedy with 14, Tapia with 12, Olson with 12 to lead Southern Virginia. KK Horton with a career high in a Tornado uniform, 14 points. LB Boyette had 10, Chancey Watson with 9. Sutherland at 6, Carter 5, Reed 4, Evans with 3 points, and Johnson with his first collegiate points with a pair, and Sly White had 2 points as well. Leading rebounder in the game was Baker of the Knights with 6. Well, that'll just about do it for us here at the Brevard College Boshemer Gymnasium. Your final score for the final time, men's basketball action, Southern Virginia 87, Brevard 55.